Hey everyone, and welcome to today's video where I'm going to give you my top 10 best-selling KDP niches for 2022. Now the idea behind this is that it's interesting, it's fun, it gives you an idea of those niches that are selling well, and it also gives you a starting point to delve down deeper into the broad niches that I'm going to give you, to find those sub-niches that are selling well yet have less competition. In fact, at the end of the video, I'll give you a link which walks you through the exact step-by-step process I do for niching down to find those, as I said, lower competition yet books, niches, sub-niches that are selling well. Okay, how do I find these niches that are earning a lot of money, that are selling well? Well, I use a couple of methods. One is BookBolt. I go to their cloud tool, and here you can search via a number of different categories. We've got notebooks, journals, colouring books, activity books, puzzle books, etc. Here's an example with colouring books. What it does is just list the books in order of their bestsellers rank. The lower the bestsellers rank, the higher up the list the book is. And it's a great way of just scrolling through and getting an idea of what books are selling well in a particular niche. Now, just one small note on this. It does give you the estimated monthly sales according to the bestsellers rank, but I find this really does underestimate the number of sales per month. So I use the book sales calculator at tckpublishing.com. Now, when I use my bestsellers ranks and put that into this tool, I find that the actual number of sales per month is towards the higher end of what this tool gives you. The other way I find these niches is actually on Amazon itself, and I go and click on the bestsellers button and then have a look in the broad overall category, just scroll through page after page looking at the top 100, and you've also got these categories down here on the left. And the categories that tend to give a lot of good useful information are the business and money category, children's books, education and teaching, health, fitness and dieting, and also self-help. So that's how I find these best-selling niches, which I've put into a spreadsheet, which we'll go through as we look at each individual niche. And we've got about 45 seconds to a minute per niche. So let's crack on, and these are in no particular order. So first of all, we've got the handwriting workbook niche aimed at young children, teaching them how to write words and also trace around letters. Now, these are insanely popular, as you can see from the bestsellers ranks here. And in fact, when the situation arose in early 2020, one of these books was the #1 best-selling book on Amazon for quite a while. And it was, in fact, this book, and is still one of the bestsellers in terms of no content and low content books on Amazon. So this has a bestsellers rank of 37, has a low price of $4.53, but selling around 33,720 books per month with a low profit of 57 cents per month, but still bringing in around $19,220 per month in royalties. And that's pure profit. And that's the beauty of this business model, and same for all sort of digital asset business models, in that you can create them, upload them, and they all sit on Amazon for free. There are no charges to pay. And so people can just find these books and buy them. Okay, next one is sight words. Now, these are books that help kids to learn to write, read, and spell. Again, very popular. Now, this one here is one of the bestsellers with a bestsellers rank of 560, equates to sales of around 6,570 per month. Better profit margin of $1.40 per book, which brings it to around $9,000 per month in pure royalties. That's pure profit. And this might be a new one for a lot of people, and that's jokes for kids. Now, this is great if you do have a source of jokes, or you can write them yourself, or get someone to write them for you. These sell very well and actually surprised me when I did my research. This here is one of the bestsellers with a bestsellers rank of 231, which means around about 11,700 books per month being sold. Profit margin or royalties per book, 82 cents, which again equates to around that $9,000 mark per month in pure royalties. Next, we have maths workbooks. These are simple math workbooks, aimed at the younger age group, sort of kindergarten up to sort of the 3, 4th, 5th grade ages. And these are simple problems using numbers and images in place of numbers. And we can see this one here, one of the bestsellers with a bestsellers rank of 1006, selling for $6.99. That equates to around 4,380 books per month, a better royalty amount per month of around $2, equating to just under $9,000 per month in royalties. Next, and again, this was a new one on me, and this was the timed test books. And this is aimed at the younger age group again, sort of the kindergarten, grades 3 to 5 age group. And these are things like addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division tests that kids can do. And each test would be a timed test. Again, pretty easy to create because the problems are quite simple. And here's one of the bestsellers with a bestsellers rank of 1,331, selling around 3,500 per month. Lowish amount of royalties at 84 cents, making around $3,000 per month, which still is very good. Next, we have a type of prompt journal, which is the question a day. And this is where each page would have a question, followed by a line section where people who have bought the book or have been given it as a gift fill out, respond to that question, and end up, in this case, over a year, because it's a question a day, with a book with a lot of content. And one of the best-selling ones is this one here, A Year of Us. So a question a day for a year. Good bestsellers rank of 832, selling around 5,000 per month. Really good profit margin because this book is selling at $10, which equates to royalties of around $14,000 per month, which is superb. Next, we have word search puzzle books. Now, one of the biggest benefits of these is that they sell for good money. And here's one of the bestsellers, selling for $14.99. Bestsellers rank of 3,175, selling just under 2,000 per month. But look at the profit margin, $3.62 per book, equating to around $6,700 per month, which is superb. One of the benefits of the word search niche is that there are lots of sub niches as well. So you can target different age groups, boys, girls, moms, dads, grandmas, elderly, large print, all different types of sub niches, all of which sell really well. Next, we have the scissor skills niche, which I've covered before in a previous video. This is where kids use scissors to cut round shapes, improves their sort of coordination of their hands. Plus, they can also create then pictures, they can color them in, stick them onto card, onto paper, and create bigger images. And one of these that's selling very well is this one here with a bestsellers rank of 3,117, which equates to sales of around 1,890 per month. Royalties, $1.44 per book, equating to just under $3,000 per month, which again is very good. Now, the next two are actually in the coloring book niche. Now, coloring book is a huge niche with lots of books that sell very well. But two niches within the coloring book niche that are selling particularly well are the patterned coloring books. Now, these are good in that they are pretty easy compared to a lot of coloring books to create. You can find, if you do a search for things like mandala pattern generators online on Google, you can find generators that will create the patterns for you. You can create these patterns in software like Photoshop. You can also hand draw them, particularly for things like Zentangles. And you can also combine these with quotes to create quote-themed colouring books, which I've showed you how to do in previous videos. Again, sell very well. And this particular one has a bestsellers rank of 190, selling around 13,000 per month with a royalty of $1.44 per month, equating to around $19,000 per month, which is fantastic. And lastly, we have the colouring book niche for toddlers. Now, the advantage of these is that the images are pretty basic, so are easier to create, but it is a very competitive niche. So you could dive down, find the sub niches of this particular niche. And this one here has a bestsellers rank of 148, selling 15,390 per month with royalties of $1.44 per month, equating to $22,161 per month, which I think you'll agree is insane. Now, here's something which is just purely for fun, something I like to do. Imagine you spent a couple of years creating the #1 bestseller in each of these niches. You would have a business bringing in around $114,699 per month, which would equate to around $1.3 million per year. Now, a lot of digital businesses like this are valued at around 3 to 4 times their annual income. So you would have a business that's worth around $4 to $5 million, which you could then go and sell and enjoy the rest of your life on a beach somewhere in the sun. As I said, that's purely for fun. Now, as I mentioned earlier, you can take these broad niches and niche down to find those sub-niches that are selling well but have less competition on Amazon and therefore easier to rank for. Now, I've done a video on this right here where I walk you through step by step my exact process for doing this. I hope you found the video useful. Thank you very much for your time. It is very much appreciated. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. And until next time, goodbye.